Alright guys, guys, Paramoto here. How are you guys doing today? Guys, welcome to Topic Tuesday. If you guys like the channel, you like the videos, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button down below. It helps me out a ton. Let's get this channel up to 2,000 subscribers. So guys, today what we're going to talk about is what I paid to own a Ducati after these last 2.5 years. We're going to be talking about the true cost of Ducati ownership. We're going to talk about what I paid for it, what I pay monthly for it, the services, and everything that you should cover, everything that you need to know to make a good, sound financial decision so you can step up to having one of these beautiful Italian super bikes. So I purchased this motorcycle December 3rd, 2017 from Garcia Moto here in Raleigh, North Carolina. It was a great experience. Garcia Moto, top quality customer service. As always, every time I go in there for services and everything like that, I always feel like family. These guys are great. So I rode into Garcia Moto with a CBR 600RR that had been wrecked. It was old, had like close to 20,000 miles on it, and I rolled out with a brand new 0 miles 2018 Ducati Panigale 959. My dream bike, honestly, my dream bike. So this Ducati was about 16.5, 16 and change basically out the door. With my trade-in, I got it down to about $12,000 in trade. I had about $4,000-ish worth of trade-in, as well as they had to pay off a little bit of my loan and stuff like that. They really made it easy. So basically, I ended up having to finance $12,000 to step up into my dream bike. Not too bad. I don't think that's really bad at all. Where the plot thickens is the fact that Garcia Moto has a really bad finance company that they work with called MB Bank. And for some reason, they use like their own sort of like credit rating system. And instead of having like average credit like I have, like 730s, they said I was in the 6s, which is totally untrue. So I ended up having like a 16% APR. I was just blinded by new shininess, and I signed the dotted line for 16% APR. Stupid choice, I know. Within a week, I had already gone to my personal bank and like basically cut that APR in half. And now it's a little bit underneath 10. No, it's still not a great APR. It is what it is. I really wanted the bike. So at the end of the day, I ended up financing $12,000 with a little bit under 10% APR. And you know what? I had the bike. I had the dream bike. So I was happy with it. So let's talk about what I pay monthly to have this 2018 Ducati Panigale 959. So after refinancing the bike and everything, I actually shortened the length of the loan and increased the payments a little bit, and I paid $288 a month on just the note alone to own this Ducati Panigale 959. To keep the repo man at bay, as it will. Insurance has consistently come down since I own this bike. I started off actually paying about $130 a month. I would highly suggest that you avoid State Farm like the plague. And right now I'm paying $68 for full coverage, everything that you could possibly ever want, coverage-wise, for your Ducati Panigale, $68 a month. Not too bad, considering that I was paying over $100 a month for a CBR 600RR. I don't think it's terrible. Keep in mind that I don't have any accidents or tickets on my record, so I'm very low risk. And as my insurance adjuster from Geico was talking about, typically when you get up to these bikes, you got a lot of that hooligan-ness out of your system, and you're actually less of a risk. If you guys know about how insurance works, if there's a million R6s in your area, and those things are constantly getting nicked and stolen, and you know what, they're getting wrecked all the time, your insurance rates are going to be through the roof. And a CBR 600RR that almost nobody has, guess what, you're going to be paying probably about half. At the end of the day, I'm paying $288 a month and $68 for insurance on this beautiful motorcycle. It's not too bad. So we talked about what you're going to pay out the door for one of these bikes. We've talked about my monthly payments. Let's talk about the services. So far, I have experienced 2 services for this Ducati. I have done the annual service, and I've also done the break-in service that happens at 621 miles. First service is absolutely one of the most important services that you'll ever get done on any motorcycle. Ducati, Kawasaki, Harley, doesn't matter. Go get your first service done by your dealer. It's huge. It's actually a make or break for a lot of brands. Like if you don't get the first service done, they might void your warranty. They might drop you like, you know, a hot potato. And that's because first service is extremely important. During that service, they go around and they make sure that your bike was basically put together correctly and then it's safe for you to ride. So like I said, it's extremely important. Yeah, it's extremely important. They also do a first service oil change, which is huge. Okay, you guys need to get that first service oil change done because your engine is still machining itself perfect. So that first oil change, man, all that metal flake and everything like that needs to get out of there because it's going to be worse than any other time that you own your bike. Go get that first service done. Cost me about $200. It only lasted about an hour or so. Real easy, real simple. Go get it done. You'll thank yourself later. Next service comes up at 7,500 miles, and I rode this bike for basically 2 years past the annual service to get up to 7,500 miles. I had another bike at the time that I was cramming miles on, so now it's probably going to be a true annual service. I'm probably going to get it done every single year, but you guys need to get that done every 7,500 miles on one of these things. This bike needed no additional servicing beyond just what's called out in the annual book, which kind of actually made me a little bit mad when I went in for my service, because when I bought this bike, services were one of the things that I was really kind of concerned about. I've heard horror stories of Ducati services costing like $1,000 and $2,000, just being stupid expensive, almost making the bike prohibitively expensive to own and operate. Serviceman at the time was just like, you know what, it's going to cost you a couple $100, don't worry about it. Yeah, okay. $481 later, my first service had been done. Now that we're moving again on a 91-degree day, oh man, it's getting warm, thank God, finally. We spent $681 total servicing this motorcycle over the course of 2 years. I'll be totally honest with you guys, on these expensive Italian super bikes, I don't want to do any of the services on it. I don't care, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't even change my own oil on these things. I leave it up for the technicians. So $681 in total, basically maintenance, I don't think it's bad. After 2.5 years, you're talking about $340 a year. Don't think it's terrible. There's a big Desmo service coming up for the next one. That one's probably gonna be $1,500 to $2,000. Considering that the annual was double what I was originally quoted, I don't have my fingers crossed that I'm going to be getting away with any sort of a deal. Alright, now that we're off the freeway and you guys probably can hear me a little bit better, we'll get to the big total, the thing that you guys actually probably been waiting for. So guys, big numbers time. Over the course of 2.5 years, how much money have I spent to own a Ducati? So over the last 2.5 years, I've spent $8,300 on payments alone, $1,572 on insurance, and $681 for servicing, for a grand total of $11,000. It seems expensive, it really does, I know, but most of that bill is basically just paying the note on the bike in general. That's all equity. That's something that I own. That's equity that I get to keep later on. I mean, that's value that I'm keeping later on down the road. So it's not really that big of a deal. I wouldn't say it's an investment, but it's not like I'm throwing all of that money away. That's it. That's the big numbers, man. $11,000 over 2.5 years on a Ducati. I'm actually very close to paying it off. I'm probably 2 months away from being able to afford the last final big chunk lump sum payment. And this bike will be free and clear, clean title, in hand, and I'm gonna probably at least spend the next 2 years on it, considering that I, sprung for the extended warranty, and that's all money that I just give away to somebody else because the warranty follows the bike and not the owner. So I would just be giving all that money to somebody else if I decide to sell it, even though that does technically increase the value of the motorcycle. You never really get your money out of that kind of stuff. So I think I'm gonna at least live through the value of the warranty, and then we will probably think about doing a V2 or V4. In the meantime, we'll be thinking about a second bike. But yeah, guys, I mean, those are the big numbers. I don't know if anybody's really put those numbers up, but I have. There you go. I hope that's helpful when it comes down to deciding whether or not you would like to own a Ducati Superbike. It has fared very well with me. I love this thing. I've had very little issues or problems. I love this bike more every time I ride it. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys like the videos, like I said in the beginning, please make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Keep in mind that we are doing viewer video suggestions Friday. Throw your video suggestions in the comment section down below with the hashtag Viewer Video Friday or VVF. I will make sure that we get around to making your suggested videos. Anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. Deuces.